think we're doing a thing again. Oh my god, has it been 2 weeks already?
2 weeks.
It also feels like a million years.
We've all been sitting here for the last 2 weeks, not moving, waiting.
My watch just let me know that it's time for Werewolf the Wild West, so I guess we should do Werewolf the Wild West. So welcome to Razor Ridge. I am your marshal, Mac, back in Black Beauvais. And I would love to introduce all of my lovely players that are here with me. Let's start over here with Nick, who is back.
Yay! Hey, everybody. Welcome to Werewolf the Wild West. My name is Nick Levy. Tonight I will be playing Chen Su, and it's good to be back.
Yay, welcome back. My name is Sam. I play Sigrun Eld, who is a very awkward lupus, whose family barn was on fire last time, which was real fun, because I didn't know how to do that.
Hello, my name is Jessie. I play Jeremiah Watts, the town preacher, who is a metis.
And my name is Stephen Pope. I play Charles Brecht, a.k.a. Dances with the Fair Folk, the Fenris... Not the Fenris.
Yeah, what's happening?
The Fianna Galliard, and I am so happy to be here.
Yay.
Really convinced me.
I'm so happy to be here!
Alright, well, this has been Werewolf the
Never
Wild
again.
West. We're done here. Everybody, shut it down. Shut down the entire internet. Set it on fire. Then bury the ashes.
Yeah, no, I'm not a McElroy. I can't do the taco voice and, like,
R.I.P.
make it not suck.
Yeah, no. None of that. Yes, so we should probably recap what happened last week.
What happened last time? Let's find
Last
out.
time,
Because
that
I
was
don't
2
remember.
weeks ago.
I have no
Sorry,
idea
time
what
is a
happened.
construct and I don't understand what's happening anymore.
Yeah, it's made up. Let's find out what happened last time. We started with Charlie having a flashback on his walk back to the homestead. He and his brother were the only survivors of an attack on the family. The rest were killed by a worm creature. When they moved to Razor Ridge, he had to spend a couple of nights away from the homestead, and his brother did not sleep the whole time. Ever since, neither one of them will sleep unless they know where each other is.
Doll.
Well, back in the present tense, Sigrun's restless dream was interrupted by a piercing scream. She snapped back to Lupus and ran toward the noise. It was Astrid screaming, "The barn is on fire!" Sigrun Hulk smashed the gate open to the animal pen and growled at the livestock to make them all flee. Which they did.
Yes, they did.
Went about as well as you'd expect.
Yeah, you know. Charlie and Jeremiah arrived to help, ?
Why question mark? We objectively were there to help.
There was a question at the time, I guess. A mysterious stranger on a horse noticed the blaze from a distance and hurried towards the fray, while Charlie ran back to the barn and yelled at folks to help put out the fire. The barkeep, Annette, handed out some spittoons to the townspeople
Super useful.
to fill with water.
Did you have a better idea, pal?
I don't need your judgment, NPC person.
Jeremiah had a better.
Oh no, this is all Mac's
That's
judgment.
very
Oh,
true.
fair enough. Good.
Hey, I heard if they all grab bottles from the bar and tried to use those.
Throw booze on it, no good. Charlie grabbed one of the spittoons and cheesed it back to the fire. Jeremiah created an element. He creates a mist of water that dampens the fire. The mysterious stranger and Daisy the horse picked up the pace. Meanwhile, Sigrun tried to collapse the fence, but bounced off. She begrudgingly went in the house to change. Charlie showed back up with 3 semi-sober bar patrons and 1 very drunk dude. Eric was trying to wrangle the animals.
I think I named him.
Charlie-
His name's Chris.
Fucking Chris.
Yeah,
Chris likes fire. I put it in my notes.
Charlie tossed a spittoon of water onto the blaze, realized there's no well, and then filled it with dirt and tosses that on the fire. A very small part of the fire is snuffed. Charlie hollered fiercely at the drunks to help throw dirt on the fire, and they dashed into action. Jeremiah, when around the corner, said a prayer and turns into Krenos form. He ran back to the church to grab the holy water. Sigrun nails her transformation into Hamid, grabs the nearest clothes, a calico dress, sigh. She tells Astrid to go in the house. Mysterious stranger shows up, dismounts dramatically, and runs over to the spittooners, and yells at them to get blankets. They stampede a defensive Sigrun, who snarls that she'll get the blankets, thank you very much. Jeremiah returns with the holy water basin. He senses that the mysterious stranger is also a werewolf. He tries to heave the holy water and use his element form, but he trips and faceplants. Some water does get on the fire, though. Mysterious stranger goes over to drag the prone preacher away to the shadows. Sigrun bursts out, throws blankets at everyone, and starts smashing flames. Jeremiah shame crawls around the house.
Poor guy.
The fire is mostly down and under control. The townsfolk head back to the bar, which is called Merryweather's, aka the Old Fang. Charlie introduces himself to Patsy, the mysterious stranger, then goes around the house to check on Jeremiah, who is trying to change back into Hamid. His robes are shredded, and he is not talking. Charlie gives him his pants. Patsy apologizes for not following protocol, but she saw the flames and came to help. And flirt with Charlie. Her tribe is Siobhan. They chat. Sigrun goes to wrangle the animals. Patsy is a cowpunch, and Sigrun finds that very confusing. She puts the animals in the house. Astrid is exasperated. Jeremiah goes to investigate the fire site. Astrid is resistant to taking Charlie's charity, but Patsy offers to help with the animals. Sigrun tells her to leave them unpunished, please. Jeremiah offers the churchyard, and Patsy tries to repair the smashed pen door. She succeeds! Sigrun starts picking up the animals and heaving them into the pen, one at a time.
It's like a Japanese 16-bit video game. They're just flying. Move!
Yeah, she was playing the mini game.
Yeah.
That minigame was fun. Charlie goes to investigate the barn. He senses nothing supernatural. Patsy sees that there was a starting point for the fire at the far edge of the barn. She smells a vaguely chemical scent and sees a weird cylindrical piece of wood. Sigrun recognizes it as part of a torch. Everyone parts ways to sleep on the mystery. Jeremiah spends a fitful night, and some dreams come to him as dawn comes up over Razor Ridge.
Hey, that's what happened last time.
A lot of flirting, a lot of Charlie running around mostly naked, a lot of mostly naked Jeremiah.
A lot of pain for Jeremiah.
A lot of pain for Jeremiah.
I mean, the
best kind of
fanfic
pain.
writes itself. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Fanfic
Fanfic writes it.
I ship it.
It would not be the first time that I ran a game that had some very interesting fanfic attached to it. I'm not even kidding. It's still going.
It gets updated.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm out. I gotta read this. I gotta read this like now. I gotta read this
Has to be
yesterday.
read.
Oh, God. Anyway.
Love it.
So, unfortunately, Nick was not with us last time, but he's here now.
Hooray.
So, we should probably cover where Chen was during this blaze and hilarity in minigames. So, we're going to back up a little bit to earlier that night.
All right.
So, Chen went back to his establishment, I believe, after running into Sigrun and experiencing Charlie not wearing any clothes and Jeremiah generally being sour about everything. And goes back in, I imagine probably lights some candles, and decides to meditate on everything that's gone on in this new member, or?
What happens is Chen goes back to his establishment, fine medicine and tailoring, and closes
Fine
up.
medicine, mediocre tailoring.
Right. Oh no, garbage tailoring, but it didn't fit on the sign. But closes up the main shop, goes back into his little living area, and he has a small altar there that he lights some incense. And as he thinks about the new person who's come, the new wolf who's joined, rather who's arrived in Razor Ridge, thinks back upon the events that drew him to this place as well. So he flashes back and begins thinking of the journey that he has made from the rural hinterlands in China to the monks who took him in, who were werewolves after he had changed, didn't understand the change, and they helped train him, bring him into the understanding of the wider world and what his job was in this world. Despite all of their efforts, he was not able to communicate very well with the spirits, which was odd given that he is a theurge based on the moon positioning. And so he was tasked with finding the voice he needed to listen to, which brought him out to the American West. And in a rare moment of communication, spirits whispered in his ears and told him that he needed to come to Razor Ridge. And when he did, he had discovered that there were other werewolves there as well, and settled in to await what the spirits wanted to say to him. And so all of this goes through his mind as he stares into a candle, briefly distracted by a scream, but just meditates on all of this as our newcomer has arrived in town.
And misses all of the excitement.
Yes. Very deep in meditation.
So you all have the evening. Obviously, Jeremiah did not have a very restful night. And it is now the next morning in Razor Ridge, November the 21st. What do you all want to do?
Well, what time is it? Like,
The sun's come up. It's come up a little bit later because it's the winter time, so they're shorter.
you know that
Hours of
thing you do when
daylight.
you're super tired, where you just kind of put the pillow on top of your head, and the blanket's on top of that, and you're just kind of like a mound.
Nesting?
You're not. Yes. Charles is nesting and snoring.
Okay. The sun is coming up over the rocky outcropping of the Razor Ridge.
He reaches
that-
down, picks up a shoe, and throws it at the window as if somehow they'll get rid of the sun.
Chen wakes up before the dawn every morning and goes out and greets the sun with sort of a kata, a ritual that he does, and also begins to, I think when he awakes, smells and sees the wreckage of the, and probably goes to investigate that a little bit as well.
Okay. Well, definitely you would be smelling something because it's going to smell like somebody had a really terrible barbecue.
I'm going to get up and put my robes on, do my morning ritual of prayer, and then I'm going to sketch the symbol from the dreams on something.
Okay. You can do that. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
Sweet!
Roll to
Roll
sketch.
drawing!
No, I was actually checking what day of the week the 21st was on. It's a Saturday, so
Oh, it's a
you probably
Saturday.
don't have any service. So,
No, not today.
but tomorrow will be a church service day.
Heck yeah, it will!
Ooh. I would probably be up early with Astrid and Eric and out trying to clear the rubble, salvage any materials that could be saved to rebuild some sort of structure, etc.
Pretty trashed. It's pretty trashed. You've
Yeah.
got kind of what's left. I mean, the embers pretty much burned out over the rest of the night, but it is a charred mess in a square shape.
Yeah.
And Chen shows up.
The barn burned down.
I see that. Is there anything that I can do to assist?
Someone lit it on fire.
Do we know who?
I found a torch.
Is there anything I get out of the torch other than that it's generally torch-shaped?
It is a torch. It is made out of wood. And was probably used to set things on fire.
Oh, okay. It's not stamped with Angry Villager Co.
No,
and then an address in town.
It's next to the pitchfork.
They're running a special.
Love the angry mob.
2 torches, 1 pitchfork. 50% off.
XOXO worm taint.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty basic. There really isn't anything to glean except that it obviously shouldn't have been there because everything that the barn was built out of is, flat and square, and this is definitely a more cylindrical piece, and you
Right.
can kind of see where the edge of a cloth wrapping was on it, but it's pretty charred too.
Are all of your kin okay?
Mm-hmm.
Both the 2 and the 4-leggeds?
I need to go check on the other one.
If you wish assistance or company, I'm happy to join you.
Thank you. I saved all the animals. I found an extra one.
Well done. Extra animals are hard to come by in Razor Ridge. Perhaps it'll be some small measure of
You know, I thought so, but
compensation for
Astrid
the
is
barn.
still mad that I put them in the house.
Perhaps we can look at building a suitable shelter so Astrid can remove the
Oh,
animals from
they're in
her
the
home.
pen now.
Ah.
It was temporary. The pen door was broken.
Well, I'm sorry to have missed the excitement.
It was exciting. Another person came. Another wolf. Her name was
Oh.
Patsy, and she had a horse.
Has she moved on?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that she was of assistance.
She was very nice. She fixed the pen door so I could get the animals out of the house.
Oh, very good. Chen will walk over and examine the pen.
It's a pen. It's made out of wood. It is not used to set barns on fire.
Right?
Shucks.
I mean, it looks like it was sort of jury-rigged back into place, but it's definitely sturdy. It was somebody who knew what they were doing by way of repair.
Oh, good. Okay.
I think I'm going to exit the church and go to retrieve my holy water that
Okay.
I left out there.
Do you go through the town? Do you go out and around?
I'll go through the town. I'm a human. I'm a human.
You get it's sort of the usual morning preacher. The drunk guy is passed out, so he doesn't say anything to you. Kind of the usual. As you cross through the town, a few people express that they're looking forward very much to the service on Sunday, and they're very excited about that, and especially given all the weird things that seem to have been happening in the last little while in Razor Ridge. There's been some weird sightings that a few people have reported of wolves, perhaps giant dogs, but
How strange.
the polar bear that was putting out fires,
The big polar bear.
which apparently was the chat's theory on how to cover if somebody saw you.
Thank you, forums, for that one.
You know, the rare New Mexican polar bear.
But you make your way through the town over to the barn.
Sweet. Good morning.
Morning. Did you want your thing?
Yes, that is what I came for. In fact, sorry for leaving it here.
That's okay. It's not making the barn any worse.
God, you guys need Charlie. He's the only one who can hold a conversation.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. Though.
Like these really
Like, literally, all of
sexually
us
awkward
are
people.
different forms of awkward.
It's beautiful, really.
all different forms of awkward.
All flavors of awkward.
Yeah.
All different reasons. Like,
Now, describe to me again how large is this tub of holy water?
it's pretty large. It's so
It
you
was-
could put people in it.
It was enough
baptize.
that it took a Krinos
Yes.
form werewolf to carry it.
Yep.
It's where it lay by the barn,
Is it stone?
Yes.
Or okay.
It's like stone. Yeah. It's
like a giant stone basin kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Well, I suppose I didn't think this through. Chen, would you mind giving me a hand? We don't have to leave yet, but when we do, giving me a hand back to the church.
I would be pleased to
This-
be of assistance.
Thank you.
If you need more hands, I also have hands.
Oh, excellent. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to come into town.
Oh boy.
Are you still sleeping?
Well, I assume at this point Richie's probably gotten me up. Not happy about it,
I'm sure.
but I do that thing where I just kind of throw my blanket over my shoulders and then I go to the kitchen and I'm just like wearing at the table like a angry child.
And he comes over and pours some coffee for you.
Meh. Grabs it, drinks it. Oh, hot.
What did you expect, you idiot?
I'm not an idiot. It's early in the morning. It is.
Sun's been up for a while, Charlie.
Okay, it's almost noon. I don't care. What? I'm a rich idiot with no day job. It's my thing. I'm allowed to sleep in sometimes. Now, don't give me that face. Ah, shit. Now I'm going to have to go be productive. You know I hate it when you give me that face. Charlie goes and gets dressed, and he also picks up your robes.
Oh, wait, where were my robes? In your house?
Yeah, I stole a pair.
The loner
The
robes.
fan fiction writes itself.
The loner robes. That should be the name of the fan.
The loner robes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go return the loner robes to the priest. Hey, you didn't see anything weird last night, did you, Richie?
Aside from you?
Ha 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 ha. You know what I mean.
I mean, not that I can recall. There was the scream and things seemed to be handled. I was waiting for you to come back.
Yeah.
As always, if something goes awry, I get a little worried about you, but I did what we've talked about and I hung tight here.
I'm a good, 6 inches taller than Richie, so I just kind of put a hand on his head and do the little hair ruffle thing. Alright, I'm gonna go be a drunk idiot in public. You, have a good day doing actual stuff.
The aspirations.
He only literally looks up to you, not in any other way.
Oh, he loves me. Fuck off.
Shoot for the moon. You'll land among the stars.
Or just die in the cold vacuum of space.
Oh.
Either one.
Charming.
Yes.
Hashtag cheery thoughts.
Hashtag cheery
Be
thoughts.
frozen and preserved forever for aliens. to
Alright, so I just have the priest robes flung over my shoulders. I'm whistling a little tune and I'm heading towards, well, let's see. Shop's closed. He ain't at the church. I'm the only asshole who goes to the bar. They're at the barn. Powers of deductive reasoning.
Just can't stay away from that barn.
Is anyone else in the town concerned that there was a fire at one of the nearby homesteads and checking anything out?
Yeah, do I see anything?
Not really. People sort of mind their own business around here. The Magnusons are relatively new in town, so they don't know a lot about them, and they've settled so far on the outskirts of the town. It's, like I said, there's a very small local population, so it's a lot of people who drift through. But people don't seem terribly concerned. It was out of the way from them and didn't catch the rest of the town on fire. So really, it's none of their business if a barn catches on fire. It's a really friendly community.
I see that.
Super
Yeah.
tight-knit. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of civic pride.
Yeah, I told you guys in the very beginning what this town was like. I mean, this town is like, people don't even bother painting signs anymore. It's more the people that are staying there don't really have anywhere else to go, or they have one of the few businesses that works okay in a border town, like a bar.
In short, we all live in a shit town.
It is.
It is a shit
Pretty
town.
much.
So seeing that everything is normal, and by normal I mean everyone's completely indifferent to the fact that there was a fire last night, I make my way towards the homestead.
Okay. I mean, people are mostly going around their business as you're going through the town. It's the normal, what hustle and bustle there is in this town happening.
And I don't see any. Do I see any unfamiliar faces? Anything? Or
Are you just, like, walking through the town, or are you
Yeah.
actually going and, like, investigating?
no, I'm just walking through the town.
There really doesn't seem to be anybody who seems out of place. You see sort of the normal assortment of people. You've got Annette's out there sweeping the front of her bar, and hollers at you that, you still owe her the spittoon back.
Sorry, I don't speak English.
I don't know what conceivable
That's my line.
world that is... Charlie, you bring back the spittoon, all right?
Sorry, can't hear you. Too busy walking away.
Flips you off. Yeah, The town butcher is actually out there because he's an NPC that was very generously donated by Sir Guido.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see the town butcher who is named Anatoly Sharapov, and you know him because he very often feeds scraps of the butcher meat to the nice doggies in the town.
I'm one of them nice doggies.
Yes.
So you may have taken a handout or two from him.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little like character establishment. Charlie and Anatony? What
It
is
is
Anatoly.
Anatoly.
Anatoly. They have never actually talked. Not one word. But I still give him the biggest smile and I tip my hat and I'm very friendly towards the guy, but he has no idea why. As far as he's concerned, I'm just a nice guy.
I mean, probably would know your name because you have a reputation.
I have a reputation, yes.
Yes. That sounds Russian. Yes. Good morning, Charlie.
Morning.
As always. Very awkward, but
He
you have
greets me every morning.
you have a nice.
You have a good day now.
Day.
And I think there's a dog going to be stopping by at around 5 p.m.
Watch out for that ginger dog. He's been looking hungry lately.
Yes, you've seen him too.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's a good dog.
It's very nice, very behaved, very large though. I don't know whose dog it is, but very friendly.
Yeah, you know how it is.
No, I don't.
People-
I don't know how it is. How
People
is it?
come through town, they leave their dogs behind. Poor thing, probably doesn't get much to eat around here.
Well, I'll set aside.
Make sure you give it extra then.
I'll set aside extra scraps. I will
I
also,
do a little, there is a silent like score
Yeah.
as I walk off.
He's just kind of. Yeah.
And the party is reunited. Hello. Good morning.
Oh, thank God. Good morning.
Jeremiah, he does a little twirl with the thing and bows down and holds it out to you. I believe this is yours.
I could have done without the embellishment.
Oh,
Thanks.
come on, it's fun.
Take him. I'll toss him in the fountain, the holy water pool thingy.
Oh,
can't carry all
shit,
that
I
stuff.
forgot about this. Oof. Hey, how you doing, sleepyhead?
I am fine, and how are you?
It was great. Fun fact, 4 drunks plus 4 spittoons do not equal 1 barn fire being put out.
That is an interesting
Where the hell
fact.
were you?
I was deep in meditation last night.
Oh my god, theurges. Okay. Yep.
The spirits speak when they speak.
The spirits speak when they speak. Well, you know what? I tried to say that once at the bar, and they did not care for that at all, so...
That was actually the event that led Annette to not like you.
There's a million reasons
Well, I'm
Annette
sure
doesn't
that was
like
the
him.
catalyst, though.
Also, I didn't call her back. What?
Yeah,
Don't
well.
even have phones.
Yeah, I was like, what do you
It was
call
extra
it?
rude after she let you really rack up that tab, too.
Mm-hmm.
Which you're still paying off, Charlie.
Yeah, I'll get to it eventually.
Wowie.
Hey, you're...
I do not mean the ones that you dull your senses with. I mean the ones that surround us all.
They only dull my senses because they surround me. It's a spiritual experience. You should try it
No,
sometime.
I believe you surround them.
You know
one,
what?
One glass at a time.
I don't need this judgment right now. Astrid,
No
you're...
judgment, merely fact.
Thou shalt not judge.
Astrid's my sister.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Steven forgot your character's name because he had a very long day at work.
It's okay. It's Sigrun.
Sigrun.
Make you guys name that.
Astrid home?
Yes?
Okay. I walk over to the house.
She comes to the door, opens it.
Howdy.
Good morning, Charlie. Is there something you wanted?
No, something I wanted to give you. I reach in my
Fully clothed,
jacket
I
and I
see.
pull out a wad of cash. I told you I'd help.
That's a lot more generous than I was expecting.
Yeah. Rich idiot with no day job. Emphasis on the rich. Now, your family, I'm here to help.
Astrid kind of shoots Sigrun a look as, like, not sure.
And I'm like, take the money.
I don't know what that is. It's a human construct. Take the green
fine.
paper and eat it.
Well,
He seems to think it's important.
He's handing you a thing. Take it.
like I told you last night, we appreciate it. We do not take charity, and we will work to pay you back. We are
know you will.
hardworking people,
I know
and
you
that's
are.
how we are. I just want you to know that.
Well, you're in our territory and your family, so.
She very reluctantly puts out her hand
And
and takes the money. And
That should
They-
be
they-
enough to get your bond rebuilt.
yes, it will. Thank you very kindly.
You're welcome.
And she turns and goes back in the house to talk to Eric and start figuring out rebuilding the barn and clearing everything away to do it.
And I go back to join you guys.
Perhaps before they rebuild the barn, we should figure out who set it on fire so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, about that. So, Chen, what does the spirit say? Has the convenience fairy come down and talked yet?
I'm not familiar with this convenience fairy you speak of.
Yeah, no one's familiar with the fairies except for me. Okay,
They have not been forthcoming on the mystery. More of a reflection upon my past and what brought me here. Perhaps they are connected, but they have not seen fit yet to speak to me on that.
I understand those words individually, but in a sentence, I just don't get it.
I think he means no.
Ah. Thanks,
I do not have the answers you seek.
Speaking of messages and visions, I'm going to pull out the piece of paper I drew the symbol on.
Okay.
Is this familiar to any of you?
Can I roll enigmas, or?
Here,
What-
let me show you guys what it looks like since she's showing you.
Yay.
So I'll show you guys on the laptop.
Oh!
Hey.
Player
wait a
knowledge.
minute.
Locked
No,
up.
it wouldn't
Oh,
be player knowledge because we're a
Okay.
pack totem.
Okay.
No, because we established that you guys did not actually have that yet, as per discussions before this game ever started.
Oh.
So no, you
We
don't
don't
have.
have. We don't have it yet.
Oh, never mind.
I've
we
seen
do-
this.
Because we established that that was not going to be a thing you guys knew about prior, because we were trying to figure out exactly how that was going to come into play.
Ah.
So I'm putting it into play.
Okay.
It's coming into play right
It's
now!
coming into play! I'm gonna talk like this now!
Literally
Said I was going to do it.
Mom!
Do I recognize the symbol? Do I know what
It
what that
looks
is?
like a
That would
wolf
be-
trying to make a cross. I don't get it.
Well, I like it.
Let me see. What do I want you to roll for that? Why don't you give me perception and enigmas?
Could I make that attempt as well?
Sure.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
I'm gonna say it's 6s.
Okay.
Rolling. Ooh.
That is 2 10s and a 9.
2 10s, a 6, and a 7.
Okay. So both of you sort of reach out and touch just a little bit of the paper that the symbol's on, and kind of get this flash. You'd forgotten about it, but you've both seen the symbol before. This is something that kind of hit you in the middle of the night during a dream, and for some reason you're getting a flash of what it's actually been painted with, and that it's like this combination of like a paint or blood. It's a little hard to tell, and you get a flash that it's against rock. You get this sort of sense of rock in your mind, but you remember that this has come to you recently during dreams.
But I don't, know what it is exactly.
Not exactly, but it's definitely like, it was like, those dreams that you forget about until you kind of get that flash and you're like, oh, I have seen this before, and it's just, you realize, and it was very vivid.
I pull my hand away real quickly.
It's
I've seen it. I've seen this.
It's blood on the paper.
It's like
Or
you
something.
get like this, just sort of this intuition and this flash of when you saw the symbol before in the stream of what it was like drawn in.
Okay.
So it's not literally on the paper, but you kind of get this flash of like when you saw it, that's how it looked.
All right, big rock. We need to find a big
And blood.
Yes.
blood.
It was painted in blood in my dream, too.
Big rock and blood. All right, we got something here.
Well, we got plenty of big rocks.
Damn it, Jeremiah! I'm so excited for half a second there.
Jeremiah, where did this symbol come from?
From a dream last night.
Of course. Well,
I had no such dream.
no, that's not why I'm welling at you. I'm welling at you because Theurge, I don't know, I pick up a chicken. Do your business. I just hold out the chicken to you.
Unhand the chicken.
I'll eat the chicken. I will put the chicken down.
That's not what... You're supposed to kill it!
Do not kill my chicken.
I don't even know that is a chicken. Where did that come from?
Why would I kill their chicken?
You know, Theurge, you're supposed to, like, be one with the world tomorrow. I don't know. Come on, get with the spirituality stuff. Come on. And that's not because you're Asian. That's because you're a Theurge.
I'm going to nervously play with my rosary.
Okay.
As we're getting into the spiritual stuff. It's not regular spiritual stuff.
Come on. You know, you kill a chicken, you go, oh, Gaia, praises be, Fiona's the best, rah, rah, go team. Come on, just, right?
I'm not sure about your tradition, but it does not work that way from what I have learned.
Ah, damn it.
I will consult the auguries, I believe is what you're looking for,
No. Yeah.
and see if they can provide additional information on us. In the meantime, however, would you assist us in moving this basin back to the church?
Oh, god damn it. All right,
I do not believe that your kin want this in their yard any longer.
No,
And I
especially
believe-
if people will be baptized in it.
And I believe that it will be missed in your
Baptisms.
house of worship.
What? We literally fight for the embodiment of Earth. You expect me to care about this stuff? Come on, man.
I do not appreciate this. Well, thank you for your assistance. It is greatly appreciated.
Oh, come on, Jeremiah. You know I've always got your back.
Can the four of us lift this thing
Yes.
in Hamid form?
Yes.
All right, so how are we telling everyone I stole this?
Yeah, if you're all four working together, yes. If it was just a couple of you, might be some strength rolls, but between the four of you, I think you can reasonably move this.
Yay, friendship.
Werewolf friendship.
It's
the
like you're
strongest
becoming
kind.
a pack.
Oh, thanks to the polar bear and the big jug of water.
Hashtag Max Pack.
Is that the companion hashtag to Werewolf Wednesday?
Oh yeah, it's hashtag Werewolf Wednesday and hashtag Max
Max
Pack.
pack.
All right.
I think I figured out why I might be so quiet because I might have put the wrong mic on.
Oh,
well,
dear.
That would probably explain it.
Oh.
Shame on me.
Should I? Or
Yes,
should we
please.
just keep it? Okay. sorry.
This is gonna be
Production meeting. Sorry.
This is gonna be fun to edit.
Okay.
Let's see. Are we working?
There we go. Is that good? Everything fine?
That does sound better
la,
to
la,
me.
la, la, la. All right, cool.
Yay.
Chat will tell me if they have.
Hooray!
Short production meeting over. Onward.
Onwards and upwards.
So after we get to the church, I should go check on my other siblings.
Oh, your fuzzy ones, right?
Yes.
Are you guys gonna go together?
Jen offered to go. If Jeremiah's just standing there staring at me, do you want to come?
Sure.
And I
all go?
would be honored to come. Thank you very much for your offer.
We both just stand there like
Expectantly.
FTI, guys.
Takes her a while to get why you're staring. Oh, do you want to?
Oh, you would like an invite as well.
They are also kin, and we should make sure that we're not harmed.
Of course.
Perhaps they saw something if it was an outsider.
All right. Before we do that, though, real quick, I point directly in Shin. Pants.
Yes, please can everybody be wearing pants today?
No. Come on. Ritual of pants. You know what I'm dressed. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm able.
And this time you have the patience and are not drunk.
I am sober as a nun.
That is new.
It's not that new.
Then we
Okay,
shall,
it's new.
as they say, strike while the iron is hot.
Look at you picking up English.
I don't have the...
I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah,
It's the
great.
Ritual Talisman.
I thought that it takes like 3 hours, though.
It's a thing. I made sure to mark it down because I am on it. Okay, so Rite of Talisman Dedication. This rite enables the guru to dedicate an object as a personal effect so that when the guru changes physical form, the object, usually an item of clothing, grows or shifts with him and isn't destroyed or discarded. Although the general foci of this ritual are garments, other objects can be dedicated, but we don't care. System.
Yet.
The rite costs 1 gnosis point per item to be dedicated, 3 if the object includes silver, which it shouldn't. I don't think you're wearing silver garments, but correct me
I am
if I'm
definitely
wrong.
not wearing silver underpants.
The difficulty of the roll is 5 for clothing. And it's going to be a gnosis roll, it looks like.
Okay.
And werewolf can never have more objects bound to him than permanent gnosis score. So, yes.
Is it? Do I pay the gnosis, or does he pay the gnosis?
They're going to... Anybody who wants to learn this is going to pay the gnosis and then do a roll based off of the gnosis before you check it off. If that makes sense.
Oh, so I teach
So,
him.
like,
I teach him the rite. I don't just perform the rite to.
You teach him the right, so it's him. You basically have to explain how you bind an item to yourself, but he has to basically pay the requisite to be able to perform that.
Okay.
And everyone will have to do that if they want to bind an object of clothing to them.
So around hour 1.5 of this, Charlie starts getting the jittery leg. Yep. All right, so
You must remain calm.
I'm calm.
This
I'm
is
calm.
fun.
I am
You
so
cannot-
calm.
You cannot understand unless you empty yourself like a vessel awaiting water.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
No. You need to empty your mind
Done.
so that the knowledge can flow in.
Done. It's empty. I don't know what else you want.
Continue breathing, and I will continue instructing.
Can I just say this game is an anime in my head?
It totally
Absolutely
is.
is.
I'd watch the hell out of it.
That's the fan art we need.
Anime. We need anime style.
Yes.
Yep, big-eyed werewolves.
Little cheaties.
I want to see the albino preacher just like...
I know. We need
Okay, if anyone, Charles, if he's an anime character, he's Tamaki from Oran Host Club. So there you go, you weebs in the audience. Kiss, kiss,
Is
fall in love.
everybody going to try and learn what is being colloquially called the rite of pants?
Sigrid
That's a
doesn't
good
give shit
question.
about
Okay,
pants.
cool.
You don't
So
even
you're
have
just going to be
pants.
bored wondering what the hell they're doing.
No, I wander out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Where's she going?
I'm in deep
Can I come with?
denial.
Nope. Okay.
I'm just
This
going
is
to
fine.
sit and watch with a
This
smirk.
is why you have not learned this in the past.
I
You
am.
must be free of distraction.
I hear you. I understand. We got to be free of distraction.
The bamboo
Was that window
stick
open?
slaps out
Ow!
onto his wrist.
Ow! Hey! Okay. Quiet time. Great for a podcast. Quiet time. So then I make the gnosis roll.
Yes, I
Yeah.
assume.
I only have a gnosis of 2.
Good luck.
Yep. Well, I got a 9. I had a 1.
Yes.
So I ripped my pants. What happens?
Well, it kind of just cancels out. So.
Okay, it's done. Great. Let's go.
I was just about to say, you think you have learned the ritual of pants.
Yeah. Patience. How long will that take?
You feel very confident that you have learned this ritual, and that when you transform, the pants are going to transform with you and transform back.
Exactly. So I'm immediately going to just transform into my lupus form.
And you're going to do that here in the church. All right.
Oh, no, I think this is back at the apothecary shop.
Is it? Because we everybody was at the church.
Yeah, we were at the
I
church.
mean, you guys didn't tell me that you hit the fast travel option on the map.
Well, okay. How about this? We did it in
Went to the
in
railway
Jeremiah's room. You have a little back room, right?
I do, yeah.
I'm sure Jeremiah is extraordinarily thrilled that you have chosen this location for this.
Not the first time I've been naked in his room. Let's get over that.
No, it's the thought of satanic rituals in my church.
It's really satanic rituals. You are a werewolf.
This is my holy ground.
Are you going to allow this ritual to be practiced and or performed in your church, even though it actually didn't happen? But he tried.
So, yeah, I
Stamina and
apologize.
urge.
In my mind, we had gone back to where I would have taught you, but we didn't actually say that we did. Chen would not have presumed to.
We should backtrack
profane
and move them back
place.
to.
I'm trying to understand where you guys are.
Because we should backtrack. Yeah, let's
Chen would
retcon.
try and recreate the situation as much as possible the way that he learned this ritual for Charlie, which would mean probably incense, meditation, probably a bunch of things that aren't actually necessary to learn this ritual.
And completely awful for Charlie.
But exactly, but this is how he learned it, and this is how he would teach it, because he doesn't quite understand.
This smell. Here's how this goes. Okay,
So this
we're
is
just
going
gonna.
on a very long time. So I'm going to put a pause on this because obviously we're going to let you do your thing in a second. Where have you two gone then?
Oh, I was watching this.
Oh, you went to the
was
shop,
having
so
a
you're
great
watching.
time.
What are you doing? Are you also watching this
No,
weirdness?
I went outside.
Okay.
Do
It's
not
been a
have
long
patience for
time.
that.
Like, this is well into 2 hours now of things.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on. You really think Charlie made it 2 hours?
Well, you said hour and a half in.
Yeah, an hour and a half.
It's getting well into 2 hours then,
Fair
isn't
enough.
it?
Fair enough.
I know how time works.
For me, it's like 2 hours 15, then we're well to 2 hours. Like, I don't know. I'm
Well on
sorry.
our way to 2 hours.
Jeremiah was having a
I'm gonna
great
shut up
time
now.
watching this.
That's
Sorry.
probably a good idea
I apologize.
because I can make that roll a lot worse for you.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
He just permanently welds pants to himself, and when he's a wolf, he has weird, awkward pants.
Yes.
And I'll let the audience decide if they're the pants from the waist down or the pants that go across all 4 legs.
I was just thinking that. Meme trash.
So how far away is where my wolfkin? Where are they?
I
hang
think
out?
we determined that they had headed off towards back behind the mountain
Yeah,
range.
where like that stream and stuff are.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far? Like how long does it take to get there?
I mean, it's not close. I think getting back that way through the town depends. Are you going on 2 legs or 4 legs?
How long would it be if I went on 2 legs?
On 2 legs, it's probably going to be more like closer to an hour hike to get back and
Oh,
around
okay.
and everything. But it's because you have to go around the entirety of the mountain range.
Yeah.
But it'd be probably cut down by, I would say, half on 4 legs.
Okay. And is that? Do I have to go back towards the homestead to go that way, or is
Don't-
it the opposite direction? Just trying to think of where I am in the town.
Yeah, so I'm kind of envisioning you have like the town. You have over here is the Magnuson homestead,
Yeah.
and then back this way is where the ridge is. So you
Okay.
kind of have like the boot hill and the ridge, and then back behind that is like more towards like
Gotcha.
where the river is, back up in here.
And where is Chen's shop in the town?
Chen's shop is going to be more over this way, so you are actually towards this side of the mountain range.
Oh, okay. So I could go.
So you could go this way and
up
around,
that
which
side.
yeah, might be a little bit quicker. But you could definitely... You've got time.
Yeah.
So it's probably interesting for you for about the first 20 minutes, and then like,
I said they could come, but I'm not waiting. I'm bored now.
Okay. So you're going to start
I'm
heading
gonna
out
start walking over that way and wait until I get out of town before deciding whether I'm gonna go on foot or pause.
Okay. So I imagine you waited around for a little while through some of this dumb, and then you decided to take off.
Maybe like 45 minutes.
Okay. So you're on your way out of the town towards the ridge, and you guys are still working on the crazy that's happening in here.
Oh, no. I mastered it in my own mind.
Yeah, I know.
So.
I know. By all means, please roll to transform into another form.
Hell yeah. See how this goes.
Here we go.
I do not think.
1, 2, 3. 3 successes. So I'm in Krinos?
Yeah, I think so. Got a sheet there too.
Hispo?
Hispo?
Yeah, you're going to be in Hispo.
Well,
Which I think is what happened before. Is you got
do that a lot.
You got through to Hispo and then just kind of like sort of just peters out right there.
Yep. But I
And then runs off
poof.
like that's what he meant.
Yes. So I transform. My clothes just go
Yep.
right off.
Yeah. Just shreds on the ground of the shop.
And my little ADD butt is just out the door.
We
We'll try
both
this
deeply
another time.
sighed.
So you've made it quite a ways out. You're definitely further out from the town now.
Okay.
I want you to roll something for me though.
Okay.
Give me alertness and perception.
Alertness and perception. Okay. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3 successes.
You feel watched.
Ooh.
And not terribly far away from you is a very small house. It's very kind of almost a midway point between the town and the actual edge of the mountains. And there's an old woman standing out on her porch watching you.
What does she look like?
She's a bit older, very kind of, weathered face. She's still pretty far off in the distance. You can see, though, she's got, gray hair. It's pulled back in a no-nonsense bun. Pretty normal outfit. I mean, she's wearing a dress. Looks like it's sort of a light blue. Nothing particularly special, but it's obvious that she's not just standing out on her porch enjoying the day. She is laser focused on you. And it's almost weird that you didn't notice that she was there when you were walking out there or noticing that there's a homestead there.
Murder her.
Said the preacher.
Kill her.
Kill her. Do it.
I mean, look,
She
I'm
doesn't
not.
look familiar in any way.
So you
Not
should
even a
kill
little.
her.
Not even a little.
Nope.
New rule: we just kill unfamiliar NPCs on sight.
This game is gonna
Game over.
Hey, someone else have to GM that game, because fuck you. I mean, I'm all for murdering,
Spiral into
but
punishment real quick.
everyone's dead.
She'll
Making your
create-
character.
She'll create the ultimate NPC and murder us all.
And how far out am I from where?
The dogs are on board.
Am I close to where my kin should be, or?
No, this
Not
is she.
yet.
Like you said, she's kind of halfway. You've been
Okay.
walking for a little while, but sort of halfway between the township and sort of the edge of where the mountains start to, because the mountains kind of descend down and sort of meet the
Okay.
ground. They almost rise like a crown. That's why it's Razor Bridge. So you aren't quite where you're going to be able to get to the backside of the mountains.
Okay. And do I have to go close to that homestead to get that way?
No, you absolutely can keep going.
Okay.
But I mean, she is like laser focused.
Okay. I'm gonna make kind of a mental note, like look at the surroundings, try not to look shifty while I do it, and make a mental note of exactly where it is. And then
There's no way you're not going to look shifty.
Yeah, I look shifty anyway. And then I'm gonna kind of like keep one eye on her, like, but pretend like I'm just nonchalantly going about my business, walking directly into the wilderness.
She kind of shrugs and sits down on the rocking chair outside and starts to rock and work on her knitting, but she's not even looking at the knitting. Like, she reached to the basket to grab it and started knitting and is just watching you.
Intense knitting.
It is hardcore knitting. It's just a mess of yarn. It's not even really knitting. No, but no, I mean, she's
Just
like
jabbing two needles together.
I feel very called out right now.
She's very deftly knitting without even looking at what she's doing. I do this with my hands like I have any idea how to fucking knit.
Knit one, purl two, knit one, purl two.
There you go.
I tried to learn, okay?
So what's the landscape look like? Is it pretty open, or is there anything that's going to obscure me from her view? Like
It's pretty
ahead of
flat.
me?
Once you round around the side of the mountain, which you're getting pretty close to, you'll be pretty obscured from view.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I mean, it's pretty flat. You get occasional boulders and like cacti and stuff, but not enough. It would be like a cartoon where they go do 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 do, and you'd be behind a boulder, and all of a sudden a wolf would walk out.
Subtle.
Smooth.
So once I get kind of around the mountain, I'm going to stop and turn around and see if I see any of these guys coming out. Because I've been walking at human pace, so like if they've finished with their whatever pants business.
I would like to roll stamina athletics to just keep running for a while, just because
Sure.
running high. I did a ritual ride. Yeehaw.
All right.
What's my difficulty?
Your difficulty is 6s.
All right.
You're pretty athletic.
1, 2, 3, and so 1, so 2.
2?
2 successes.
You see Charlie heading your way, and he looks like he did when they came out to greet you, where he looks like a dire wolf at this point. Now I want you to roll me perception and alertness as well, because you are rapidly chugging along towards where she is.
Okay, now do I get a bonus to my perception in this form? I do not. My manipulation, though, does take a hit, so good to know. Yeah, that's 4 successes.
You are super feeling watched.
And I come to a screeching halt.
And you see the same woman that she did. And you've been living in this town for a while. You don't remember a house being there, or this woman.
Well, as far as I'm Well, as I have an intelligence of 2 on a good day. I look over my shoulder to see if these two are behind me yet.
What are you guys doing? Are you behind him? Are you just strolling along? Are you still laughing back at Chen's establishment?
I left. I'll go.
Yeah,
I'll follow.
I picked up his scraps and tossed them in the rag pile of his jeans, and
There's so many piles of destroyed clothes from Charlie.
every time I've tried to teach you this ritual. Yeah, I got it.
Got it! Poof!
I like the idea that you have forgotten that he's tried to teach you this ritual a few times and just...
The first 4 times I was drunk, let's be real. But
Chen, you just show me how to do the thing with the pants. No, this time I'll nail it.
I am not falling for that again this time.
no,
So he's learned
Jeremiah,
to not
show me your
slur.
pants.
Are you guys walking in human form out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
And you're going to be moving a lot more slowly than Charlie is, so you're probably getting more just outside of the edge of town.
I don't know who said it, but I read once that if you only make good decisions, the horror movie can never start. So, thinking I'm the cock of the walk right now, I walk up to the lady in direwolf
That was
form.
a
Yeah.
wolf.
If
Whoa.
I see him,
And
Sure,
she's
sure,
still
Up, up, up,
knitting,
And I'm doing
and
like
she doesn't even flinch. She's just rocking and knitting and just fixedly
I need to get
watching you.
Yeah, no, like, I don't
And
know this is happening.
As soon as I see him go towards her, I take off my clothes and transform back into Lupus.
see, you have the decent. You're smart
Okay.
enough to do that.
Listen, Astrid yells at me if she has to mend my stuff too much. I know to take it off.
All right, so you're going back into wolf form. You guys are kind of clearing the edge of town. You saw him take off, and you've seen him, and you're seeing him sort of divert. Both of you guys give me perception and alertness.
All right, perception alertness.
If I have 4 alertness, do I get a bonus?
No, it's if it's maxed out, and then you could take a specialty thing.
I thought it was 4. If you have 4,
I thought it was
you can have
5.
a
No, it's
specialty.
4.
Oh,
But then you have
4
to
dots, you get a specialty.
take
6
the
dots, you get a
specialty.
second.
But you have to kind of
Yeah,
define
I
what
think
the
it's like-
specialty is.
yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
Like for
I haven't
charisma, I
picked these
showman.
then
yeah, I mean, we
either,
could do
I've
that
forgotten.
for the next time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nah.
You still have like perception out the butt, so. But apparently not right now.
Nope. Nope. I
Is
had
that a
1
bot?
success, but
One
Is
success.
that a botch?
All right,
You
but
have
yeah.
more
No,
ones than
it's
you
not a
have
botch
successes?
because since you have 4, that 10 count as a 2. So technically you just failed.
yeah, okay, cool. Nope.
Right?
Okay.
None for
Alright.
me.
You're really focused on the fact that Charlie is ridiculous and just sort of taking off, and you're following him sort of begrudgingly.
What's the target?
6.
3 successes.
3 successes. You also notice, you see what he's heading towards, and you don't recognize this house either.
So it's a house that's behind the ridge,
No, it's
Outside of town?
like halfway between the ridge and the town.
and it wasn't there yesterday.
You don't remember, you don't recall ever seeing this house. And you're walking with Jeremiah too, who seems very just probably like looking down at his feet, being mad about being a werewolf.
Life every day. For that poor guy.
Can I make an enigma or an occult roll or something to
Give me-
think about what could modify the world in such a way that I wouldn't have noticed? Because I'm generally a very perceptive individual.
Sure.
I ain't.
Give me enigmas and perception.
Okay. I love that roll. So that's -1, but that is 5 minus 1, 4. What? I'm sorry. What's the target?
6s.
Oh yeah.
That's 6.
Yeah, and then my 10s count as 2, right?
If this specialty applies.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, never mind. So yeah, 5. That was 6 successes -1.
Okay.
Damn.
Gosh. You are perceptive about enigmas today.
Ah,
You can tell this house.
can't do much, but this is the thing I can do.
The house has been there for a while, and you can tell there's something about it. It's been hidden. It's been purposefully.
The eye wants to slide
It's
off
basically been glamored, so it's one of those things where you just kind of can't quite see it, even though you've been by that area. You guys have run through that area at times, and never really seem to have ever run over or through that spot directly.
Like we just subconsciously avoid
Diverted to go around it. But really looking at it, it's been hidden, but it's been there. It doesn't look like it was just appeared overnight. And you get the
Okay.
feeling that maybe you've seen this person that's out on the porch as well, but it's just never stuck.
that. This is troubling.
What?
This house, it's been here for some time, but
Oh.
none of us, not one of us has seen it.
And now that he's pointing it out to you directly and kind of like really helping focus your eye, you see this all as well. And you've also never seen it before. You've been in the town for quite a while. There's a house now.
Interesting. Scent of the true form on the old lady.
Okay.
And yeah, do I recognize this as being something Now, I'm going to betray some of my ignorance in the system in the world, but my understanding is that there's the wild, which is things that appear out of dream, and there's the weaver, which are things that are constructed to have a purpose, and then there's the worm, which should be, in an ideal world, the part of destruction that lets new things be formed. But everything's sort of out of whack. And so something that can affect reality on this level, what would I think of that as being?
I don't know that you would have encountered anything quite like this to this point, and it doesn't really strike you as being one way or another, just as in, the fact of what you are is a very unusual thing that seems like it doesn't necessarily fit with the fabric of what people understand the world to be. This just seems to be another side of that, just another aspect of this greater hidden world amongst what is, the mundane and what is understood by those that are not a part of that.
Okay.
I got a question.
I maybe have an answer, depends on what your question is.
So Charlie's backstory and everything, and why he has his deed name.
Yeah.
Does this seem familiar to him at all?
I'm going to let her do her role.
All right.
Because you guys have asked me enough questions. And we're going to go
I'm the one
back
who
to
approached. I
letting
don't know.
Jessie do her role.
Scent of the true form.
Okay, so as a reminder, the Philodoxans smell what the subject really is and supernaturally pick up on the scent of the target's true nature. So what you need to do is roll Perception and Primal Urge. And I want to know... Tell me everything that you get at 9s.
Oh my.
Ooh, this is a toughie.
Yeah, this is a tough roll.
No whammies. 1.
One.
Yeah.
All right.
This is somebody that is mortal, but has magic.
Ooh, fun.
And definitely can channel and control something on that plane.
She's from the devil.
Elegant.
So
now you may do something, because
well,
yeah.
I think we can all agree that Charlie thinks he's much cuter than he actually is. So
especially in Hisbo form.
especially in direwolf form. So he's gonna come up to her, look up at her with big green eyes, give a little yip.
She stops knitting and goes, I'm trying to think of the accent.
Trying to get a voice for her.
Yeah. You are quite... No, that's not right. That's Irish. What the fuck? I don't know how to do a German accent.
Oh, German.
Yes, I need something to kick it off.
Hat wieder Schein.
Yeah. Right?
Ja.
Right? You're not what... I'm going to have to work on that. I'm not even going to bother.
Just sound really angry, and then it'll happen.
Ah! Werewolf! No.
Yes.
No, I'm scrapping it. You're not like the last pack. Not even a little bit.
At this point, I will have followed him over there, and just, if she seems calm and talking, I'm just gonna sit in front of her, next to Charlie.
And she looks at you. So you are the one they were waiting for.
We both give the
Satan!
So you two see in the distance a direwolf and regular wolf have both approached this woman who's still just sitting in her chair and looks completely unfazed by the situation.
Well, I literally said she's from the devil to Chen. That was an actual statement.
Perhaps once the rest of your pack come, we will go inside and talk.
I'd like to use Mind Speak.
Okay.
Okay. I believe that's a Gnosis roll.
I'm pulling it up here. So Mind Speak, you can call a waking dream into existence, sharing with selected characters and thereby allowing them to silently communicate. The gift is taught by a Chamberlain. So the guru spends 1 willpower point per sentient being chosen. If the target is unwilling, the player rolls manipulation plus expression, difficulty of the victim's willpower. All of those included in the dream may interact normally through the Mind Speak, and yeah. So you go to start and actually do this, and she just looks at you and goes, that will not be necessary. Now, if you can kindly go and gather the rest of your pack.
I think that having seen the two of them sitting in front of this woman who is in this place that didn't exist previously, or rather did exist previously, but we didn't see.
Who's from the devil?
I think Chen started to walk faster.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
going
I'm going to try something kind of stupid, but why not?
Shocking.
I transform back into a human.
Oh, God.
She doesn't give a fuck. She just looks at you and says, that's all very well. Go
No
and gather the
delirium.
rest of your pack.
No delirium. I'm a little fast. God damn it, I'm supposed to be wearing pants. I apologize, ma'am.
You
He
hear what
removes his hat.
sounds like a wolf
Charlie!
laugh coming from Sigrid.
I nudge you with my foot. Well, I'm gonna go get my pack. If you'll excuse me, ma'am. I turn around. Oh, hey, there you two are.
And there you are. Out in the
All of
open.
me.
Yes.
I knew it was only a matter of time. No,
I
let's
hope my friend's condition is not startling for you. May I ask
Do
what
I
you're
look
doing in our
startled?
town?
come inside and I will explain.
There's the devil in that house. And didn't I teach you about modesty? Am I going crazy over here?
I just bark
This
at
is,
you.
this is the most I've ever talked in my life.
She snaps her finger, and none of you seem to be able to talk. I asked politely, and I will allow you to speak again, but we are going to go inside and have a civil conversation. And she snaps her finger again and opens the door and walks inside of her house and leaves the door
I'm
open.
following her, but just buck naked. I'm just like,
He's going to pull out his rosary.
you know, for the record, ma'am, I did not put up an argument or anything.
You will sit at the table.
I sit at the table.
Chen's hands go into the arms of his robe,
I'm
and
sorry.
I'm grabbing the handles of my axes.
Come on, Jeremiah,
I'm very
you sit with me.
distracted right now because he is not being modest.
Since when do you care?
Jeremiah,
Always.
I gave you my pants last night.
But you still had, like, underwear on.
She's in the kitchen, obviously
Jeremiah, our
working on
purpose
making some tea.
is to learn. Should she be of the devil, then that is our purpose to eliminate such threats. Should she
we
not,
still saying devil? It's worm.
we should speak with her and discover what brings her to our town.
Okay.
You realize I can hear every word that you're saying.
I'm going
Yes,
to take
I
off
do.
my robe
I
and
apologize,
throw it over
ma'am.
his lap.
And she comes back out with a tray of tea. I mean, the house on the outside looked pretty worn. The inside is immaculate.
You have a beautiful home, ma'am.
Nearly every surface is covered with doilies.
Yes. Oh, it's freaking...
It's Doily McWitcherson!
I don't get it.
No.
I don't either.
Yeah, yes,
but
a bit. Yeah, some people in chat and some people at this table understand what's happening here
Have-
because two worlds are one.
Oh my gosh!
So she sets down a tray of tea. It's very obviously very nice china set. And she sits down at the fifth place of the table. I have been waiting quite a while for you to show up. I knew another pack was bound to show up again soon.
is it Western tea or Eastern tea?
Take a sip and find out.
I threw my robe over his lap. by the way.
I tied the rope around my waist, doing a man spread, and I'm going to grab a tea and thank you kindly.
Spread. I'm not going to touch the tea. No.
I'm a werewolf. I'm not
Take a
scared of
lick of the
shit.
tea.
Oh yeah, because you're still a lord.
That's got to be. You know what? You're an adult. I'll let you do it. Well, ma'am, thank you for the hospitality. Well.
Well, I've been here quite some time, and you're certainly not the first pack to come through here.
What happened to the previous packs?
They moved on for one reason or another, but this place always draws another.
Why does this place, of all places, require multiple packs?
It's not about multiple packs, it's about what's here and what draws them. And I'm going to take a wild guess here that you've begun to have dreams.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Charlie, by the way.
Eileen Osterman.
Eileen, lovely to meet you, ma'am. My terrified friend over here is Jeremiah. That's Sigrun, and this is my friend Chin. I'd go into more detail, but you seem to know what we are.
Yes.
Chen bows shallowly from the waist.
What do you all know of your own culture?
I know a fair amount.
What do you know about cairns?
Well, they're kind of the most important thing to our kind. They're a direct connection to Gaia. This one likes to call it God, but it's Gaia. I didn't think there was one around here, though.
Why do you think any of you settled in a town like Razor Ridge?
The spirits called me here.
Where do you think the spirits are calling you from?
Where is this cairn?
It's actually probably closer than you think.
Well, hot damn! I apologize, ma'am. Language.
Don't worry, I've heard it all before.
I believe it, ma'am. But, so, wait. I've been in this town for a couple years now. You're telling me there's been a cairn this whole time? Well, shoot, why are there only 4 of us? Should be like, I don't know.
I'm not the same as you. I just know that at a certain point, the cairn always seems to call to a pack. Sometimes it's 4 and sometimes it's 5.
Well, shoot.
Why are you sharing this information with us?
Because once you discover it, which I'm sure you were about to anyway, you would have eventually probably had enough power between you to find me and see where I am. And it seemed perhaps better to introduce myself before that event.
Well, ma'am, thank you for extending the olive branch, I guess. Is this an olive branch?
It's an understanding that we both reside in this town. And I won't interfere with your business if you don't interfere with mine, but I have had troubling feelings of late. I've lived in this town a great long time, and I intend to remain in this town, and I'm not entirely sure that what's coming, if there is something coming, is something I can take care of by myself.
Who are you? I mean, none of us have asked that question yet.
I mean, I introduced myself. I don't know about you.
Just barks at you. Osterman.
I know that as a person.
Well, no, she said it. She introduced herself to Charlie.
Did she?
Yeah.
You said Caroline Osterman?
I said Eileen
Eileen.
Osterman.
Eileen
Eileen.
Osterman. Not Caroline
All
Osterman.
connected.
Oh
No.
my god.
For those
Now-
that are in the chat and are following Vampire the Masquerade, this is the great-grandmother of Carolyn Osterman, who is Doily McWitcherson from the Vampire game.
Doily McWitcherson. The one that Esmeralda so eloquently said I don't have any conversations to.
You know, as a guy who's played mage, I gotta say, doilies, not the worst thing. Charlie puts down his cup of tea. Let's drink the whole thing. Miss Eileen. You do know what we hunt, correct?
Obviously.
Now, I'm not exactly the most perceptive man around town, but I'm not really getting any worm from you, so
Nor should you.
I'm not going to speak on behalf of the pack or Sigmund, but I'll help you.
Is there any sense of worm or weaver
No.
about the... okay.
No. She definitely seems to emanate a certain amount of power, but it doesn't seem malicious.
I'm definitely going to speak for you, Jeremiah, because you look like you're about to burst into flames.
If you do choose to burst into flames, please do it outside of the house.
Chen has studied occult a little bit. Can he get a better idea of what Eileen is? Like, would he have known anything about the other types of...
Well, here, let me make...
Supernatural?
You did successfully do your roll there, so you can choose to share if you want to roll separately. She's a witch.
Yeah.
Well,
And you probably have not necessarily encountered anything directly, but probably heard stories of people that that are mortals that have extraordinary powers.
Ruha.
I give her a very... It's toothy, but there's like no malice behind it. You know, never actually met a witch before.
Well, you won't be able to say that any longer, will you?
I one lucky son of a bitch. This is a good week for Charlie. All right.
Down, boy.
Now listen, I got $1 million question for you. Have you seen a fairy around here? He's completely fucking serious.
Why the interest?
They owe me a solid, or I owe them a solid. Don't make a deal with the fair folk. It gets very confusing very quickly. Now, have you seen any? Because I've been looking.
I wouldn't have gone looking.
Damn.
And if I had, I would not tell you any of their business.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And she just kind of gets up from the table and goes and gets paper and a writing implement and starts kind of sketching out where she is and where Boot Hill is and where the ridge is, and puts an X on the map and lays it on the table. It's already been calling to you. I may as well tell you where it is.
Chen takes a look at the map.
You look at the map.
Where would that X be in relation to the town that I'm familiar with?
It's back in the mountain.
Okay.
It's through Boot Hill and back out in the mountain.
Okay.
Charlie is just beaming. He is like glowing. You guys have never seen him this excited sober before. He's just like, oh my god. Oh god. Guys, seriously. Oh god.
So is it back where my other kin should be?
It's more towards the front
back.
side of the mountain.
Okay.
We are this close to a cairn. Oh my. Come on. Like grabs Jeremiah by the sleeve. Come on, let's go. No, why we're not going?
I thank you for the information and your hospitality. I'm sure we will speak again in the future.
I believe so as well.
And I make a small bow, and I turn to exit.
I give her a bow as well, with way more flourish than I should, and I'm just bowing out the door. I am just
All right.
so excited.
I guess I'll follow them out. No bow from me.
I say thank you to her. She can understand me in wolf farm, right?
Surprisingly, yes.
Okay.
She does not seem to have any issue with that. Like, when you said her name and you barked it at her, like, she knew what you were saying.
The fire last night. Do you know anything about it?
Unfortunately not.
Thank you.
This seemed to be my part in what's for this town. So I wish you luck with all that's happening with your kin.
Thank you. And I leave.
As you all leave, you realize she's still sitting right at the table and, picks up, her knitting again, and the door just slam.
Oh, it's so magey.
Yeah. And when you turn to look back, the place, like, you have to really focus to really see it again. But otherwise, like, if you aren't really looking, it's just the desert.
Jeremiah's going to start saying Hail Marys under his breath as he walks.
A cairn. Holy crap, there's a cairn. Oh, gracious. Oh, goodness, I got the vapors. I didn't know men could get those, but I found out I could.
I got the vapors.
How can you not be excited about this?
Clutching my pearls. I'm sorry.
Once I'm a little bit farther away from the house, I'm going to throw a set of I Ching coins.
Okay.
To read an augury about whether this is a good or bad omen.
Meeting her, or what specifically good, bad omen?
That there is a being of immense power living in my protectorate area.
Okay. I'm going to say let's do occult, and I feel like this is probably a perception thing because it's sort of like delving sort of deeper in. I don't feel like this is like a surface intelligence.
Yeah, no, it's not real magic, quote unquote, but it's just divining what I think.
Yeah, I'm going to say occult and perception.
Whoops.
That's an 8.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what's my...
6s.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
3. There's almost like a sense that you were actually waiting for this and didn't even realize that this was a part of your journey. And she's less a malignant or positive force and more of a neutral party to this. That's, kind of... She's there to serve the purpose that she is there for, but not really good or bad, but just a thing that is.
All right.
But it definitely feels like that drive that you've had, like you've ticked off another notch in the journey there.
Nice.
Clouds and storm.
Clouds and what?
Clouds and storm. There are great powers moving throughout the area. They're neither good nor bad, but it's part of the natural order.
All right, cool.
Now that we're outside, since I'm still in wolf form, I'm going to give a where are you howl to my siblings.
Okay.
What's that sound like?
Don't make me do it today.
Mac wants it.
No, it's... I'll save that up. I'll put that in the bank of, like, things I'm going to make them do later that make them look stupid. But
I'm wearing this hat. You think I'm scared of looking stupid at this point? It's a horrible hat.
There's
fine
so
hat.
many things I could do, Stephen.
I know.
Poke, 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 poke.
Let's poke the bear. Let's see what things happen.
Yeah, this is maybe not your smartest course of action, sir. They give back a, hey, we're all fine here. How are you, Hal?
Perfect.
We just have 5 minutes of like back and
It
forth
sounds,
howls.
it sounds pretty far, like about where they should be.
Yeah, I
or-
mean, it's definitely like kind of bouncing around the empty space because you do have a mountain range
Yeah.
in between, but you can definitely hear it, and you definitely get a reverb of your howl against the mountain though that does come back and kind of hit you guys. So
Okay.
you know there is a sound that is definitely not super subtle.
I mean, it's the wilderness. Wolves howl. It's fine.
Yeah, because you know there's so many wolves in this area
There are now.
of the U.S.
Yeah, it's probably that giant ginger one. Don't worry about it.
Coyotes, absolutely. Wolves,
So,
Listen, subtle is not Sigrid's strong suit.
oh, I know. I'm just giving you information that may or may not be relevant at some point in the future.
okay, so your family's great. Great. Let's go find that carrot. Eh? Eh?
Okay.
Hell yeah. Jeremiah? Jerry Bear?
Does this require pants?
No.
Excellent.
Especially since I'm in a
Since
makeshift.
you don't have any.
Hey. I made a lovely makeshift kilt, I'll have you see.
Jeremiah gives him side eye.
Charlie puts his head on Jeremiah's shoulder. Come on, you want to find the Karen too?
Jeremiah, I think this may be what we are here for.
It's exactly what we're here for. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I will accompany the pack.
Look at it this way. Moses saw a burning bush. You're about to find your own. There, perfect. I've made it good for you. I'm a good person, moving on.
Sigrid looks very confused.
And I start walking in the wrong direction. With all the confidence in the world. Wrong way. Wrong way.
So is that where you guys are headed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I guess we toddle over there.
So it's definitely you're going along and you're heading towards Boot Hill. You guys have been towards Boot Hill before. But I don't know that any of you would have really explored it in any sort of depth. I mean, it's a place for the dead. But as you start to cross through Boot Hill and start heading back towards the mountain range, you start to... It just feels different back there. It just... There's something that's warm, but it's not a physical sort of warmth as you head back into the mountains. And it's like, if any of you have been out towards Vasquez Rocks, where it seems like it's just that flush ridge of rocks, but really there is some weaving and pathways into the actual rock area as you start to approach what's basically the arc of this mountain range.
All right.
Everybody is in quiet awe.
Should I make a survival check or something? Or I don't think that's...
Is there a way to feel what is drawing us all to this place? Can I reach out with my senses and see if it can help me discover where this cairn has been hidden from me?
I'm gonna say, give me rituals and I'm gonna say rituals and intelligence because this is something that's a little new for you, so it would have been
Okay.
on more of a you're thinking more about like what you have been instructed and taught in the past with relation to these kind of things.
Okay. And-
6s.
Okay. And I'm going to spend one of my help players.
Okay.
It's a 7.
Yay.
That looks like 4 successes.
4 successes?
Yep.
That symbol.
These are great dice.
Like you.
That symbol that you saw before, just like you kind of just almost get this weird sense that you weren't expecting from just trying to reach out, and it's like it all kind of just like flashes into your head, and that symbol just like it slams you in the face, and you're seeing like like quick flashes, like a quick cut of like hands drawing it on the walls, but the hands look more, animalistic than they should, and you can kind of hear like the wild howling sound, and you get the sense of like a hunt is about to begin, and it's like you're seeing this quick flash from the past. This has all happened before.
Is it overwhelming, or is it
Like
it's showing me where to go?
Like you stop in your tracks and you are experiencing this through somebody else, and you almost feel like you are someone else for a moment.
I drop to my knees.
Whoa, Chen, you okay?
I have no words.
We're close, aren't we?
There is something here. We are meant to be here. There's a presence. I'm seeing the images. It's calling to us.
And you start to you fell to your knees, but it's almost like something is like pulling you back up onto your feet, and you're finding like even without thinking about it, your feet are walking forward.
I follow.
Chen's eyes are wide, but they're not even seeing what's in front of him in the physical space, and one hand is just sort of reaching out, almost blindly.
I keep a couple steps back, but I'm definitely following.
It is here.
And you start sort of weaving in, and you
Starts
realize
muttering in
when you
Chinese.
start following him, you're actually going into this mountain, and there's other like cubbies and pathways and stuff, and he just seems to be sort of deftly navigating through these kind of weird natural labyrinthine sort of tunnels. They don't feel manufactured. They don't feel like they've been chiseled out. It feels like something that's been here and weathered by the elements, and it's kind of smooth those sides of
As
the
I
walls.
approach each of the places that's flashing, I'm duplicating it with my hand against whatever it is, rock, cactus.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you're kind of getting feelings of like comings and goings, and it's a new place for you, but somehow feels weirdly familiar.
I'm just going with it entirely.
I'm following. I'm so excited. I am just like,
I'm following, but also trying to.
You wish you had a tail to wag.
I mean, I'm
No
this close to
shaking his
shifting. I'm this close to shifting just so I have a tail.
Yeah, noting the turns and like the twists and turns that we're making. Like,
Yeah.
if we go through a turn, like I'll scratch the wall to like make a mark so we
Yeah.
can find our way out. Just because these two seem like they're not paying attention.
Yeah, and it doesn't smell like anybody's been in here for a very long time. But all of you are starting to really feel like that warmth is like increasing, and it's almost like the pump of like blood. Like you can feel your heart rates going up the further you go in, and it's like a weird excitement feeling. And even for Jeremiah, who is very resistant to this, there's something where it's just like almost a little overwhelming, and something you haven't felt in a very long time. Probably not since like the first time that you maybe shifted. It's just like this weird, just primal thing that's like almost impossible to really quite tamp down as much as you're trying to. And as you guys continue to weave through, you enter sort of this open circular space, and it's got sort of a slight doming to it. And on the other end of the space, on the wall, still very faint, it's faded from time, is that symbol that's been splashed on the wall. And I'm actually going to end tonight there.
No! No!
really, but it's a really good spot.
That is a good spot.
It really is. My appreciation for
Can't
narrative
blame you for
cleanness appreciates this, but my player hates it.
So congratulations, you guys have found the cairn that has been hidden in Razor Ridge.
Yay, we found it.
And I'm going to say, for completing that and because of just the rush of power in that place, if you have spent any Gnosis points or willpower points or rage or whatever it is, go ahead and boost it back up. Like, you guys are basically resetting. And the symbol that you saw is the Totem of Fenris was performed here. And so you have located the Totem of Fenris that has been residing there and calling to you this entire time.
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome.
I told you the totem was there. You just needed to be patient.
That was the focus of this episode.
Clearly! Shows what I know. Take that, me. You silly boy.
So, yes. Does anybody have anything that they want to plug while we're here?
Why, yes, I believe someone at this table has a Kickstarter going on.
Yes, she
True.
does. Well, tell us about the awesome.
Tell me more. Tell me
Oh
more.
my god, you guys are the best, worst people in the world.
Directed towards
Hey, I can plug my
Worst, best people.
I can
whichever.
plug my own show, but instead I'm going to plug this.
Yes, so I actually did launch a Kickstarter yesterday with my partner in crime, Ben Padden, who I've been working on a project with for about the past 6 years. We are kickstarting for a web series called Typecast. And basically, the story is that it's about actors in Hollywood who are struggling to break against their typecasting. They're getting cast in the same sort of stuff over and over again, mostly horror and sci-fi, and they're literally monsters. So that's part of the reason that they haven't been able to break out of their typecasting. We have Ben's character, Tony, who is theatrically trained. He is like a whiz at Shakespeare, and he is also a bog monster and an unspeakable looking horror, and wants to be up for dramatic roles, but mostly he's chasing scantily clad people down sci-fi corridors. Then we also have my character, Abby, who's, big shocker, she's a werewolf.
What?
However, things did not go well for her in her career. It was going on the up and up until she got cast in Prisoner of Azkaban as the transformed Remus Lupin. Because, oh yeah, they only cast female werewolves generally and stuff, kind of like they only cast female animals and stuff because of the whole junk issue. But when they found out she wasn't British, she got kicked off. So right now, her big thing that she is doing is she's a breakfast cereal mascot for Full Moon Flakes. And we actually
Part of a balanced breakfast.
And we actually shot, that is our proof of concept, we shot a live-action Full Moon Flakes commercial. So if you go and look up Typecast the Web Series Kickstarter, you will be able to find us, you'll be able to watch that and find out a little bit more about what we're doing. We have very lofty goals because there is a lot of monster makeup. It's all practical makeup. We have one of the directors of the cinema makeup school came on board to help us with creating the makeup looks. He did the application for our proof of concept, and he'll be overseeing makeup. We have Justin Zagre, who's set to direct, and he actually did the fan film recently, Severus Snape and the Marauders, which is like something like 3 million views now on the internet.
Oh, nice.
But we have really lofty aspirations. We have really interesting goals, and I want more than anything to make it. So I'm asking for help, nay, begging, which is something I don't do very well because I hate asking for help on things, and I hate self-promoting. Even if you think that I like it, I'm dead inside. I hate doing it. But please go and check it out. If you can't donate with money, we're not taking blood at this time, but please share it out. And I can't tell you to rob or not rob a bank, so don't tell me about it, but we need money.
She also has a tweet on her Twitter that retweet it.
Yes.
Yes, I tweeted at Taika Waititi and also at Jermaine Clement because I feel like where they started with what we do in the shadows is very much in the vein of what we're trying to do. So I'm just trying to get any eyes that I can on it because, like I said, we have a very high goal to hit, but it's all going into production so that we can actually make it at a quality level that is better than the average YouTube show.
So get on it.
Yeah.
Do it. You'll be able to find the tweet easily. There's a
If you
picture of
can,
Mac
it
as a
looks
werewolf
great.
in
I
it.
just put a link in the chat, so
Yeah.
feel free to
Yeah.
click on that too.
Lots
Yeah.
of love.
Excellent.
So help us out with that, and in the meantime, we'll continue to do Werewolf Wednesdays every 2 weeks here at Happy Jacks.
2 weeks.
You'll also be able to. It looks like we're actually not doing Vampire the Masquerade on Sunday because scheduling conflicts are
We're
crazy.
rescheduling, so stay tuned for the reschedule of
Yeah.
Mode of Sin.
But
I believe we're just
Modasin
extending
is
in
winding
December.
down. It's going to be ending really soon, but there's a lot of really great programming throughout the week here in Happy Jacks. Please check out the schedule. That's going to be also in the chat. Because I haven't memorized it because I'm a garbage person and went from helping run a convention to running a Kickstarter because I am dumb.
So great at scheduling.
And also, we have a forum.
Yes.
Yes,
Do
come
have a
come
forum.
on the forum. Talk
Poke
to us
us.
about things. We actually pay attention.
All of
I
us
read
are active on the forum.
everything.
Yeah, I'm on there. Like, I don't pay attention to work. I'm on the forum all day.
Yeah, but definitely, drop by and let us know what you think of the episodes. Feel free to hit me up directly. I'm happy to chat with you guys about stuff. Send us fan arts. Send me the erotic fan fiction that you write. And everything is cool.
Animate the episodes
That would be amazing.
in anime style.
Ooh, goo.
Amazing.
Ooh, goo.
So check us out in 2 weeks when we are back with another episode of Razor Ridge Werewolf the Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Thanks, everyone.
Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.